I know many of you are waiting to hear President Biden's words on the anniversary of the pandemic lockdown in the United States. But the rest of you are right here because I pulled out my 2020 journal and I thought I would read my entry from March 11th, 2020. Hi, I'm Jill Urbach and this is my unedited journal entry. Clearly, when I purchased this happy-looking journal, I had no idea that the pages would be filled with tales of a pandemic. Wednesday, March 11th, 2020. Well, these are definitely interesting times. I don't know if I've mentioned the novel coronavirus, aka COVID-19 yet. It is not an overstatement to say it has taken over the world. Italy is in a national lockdown. Washington State had the distinction to be the first state to carry the virus and have the first death. It's now in 41 states and Washington, D.C. Today, Governor Inslee banned public gatherings over 250 people and encouraged people not to gather unnecessarily in smaller groups. Seattle Pacific started holding all their classes online, so Andy and I drove there yesterday to pick up Lucy. Lucy is really hoping she'll be able to go back for spring quarter at the end of the month. My San Juan Singers concert was canceled, as were the Paideia School auction and the senior versus staff basketball game, both of which Andy had planned to cook for. We now have several gallons of chili in our freezer and enough chicken, rice, and shrimp to make paella for 100. I am not panicked or even worried, partly because I still can't really conceive of this whole thing. It's all a bit surreal. But I am erring on the side of caution. I've been washing my hands more than ever, routinely wiping down surfaces in my house, and I even bought and use hand sanitizer. I hate hand sanitizer. It just feels awful. I streamed our church service instead of going to church, and I plan to back out of singing the national anthem for the Republican convention, which should be canceled anyway if they're responsible. It wasn't canceled. And I did sing. But many Republicans think that to heed news reports about the virus is to cave to the liberal media and criticize Trump. Yes, the media jumped on this and hyped it before it was considered a pandemic, and they also are using it to make Trump look bad. But also, yes, Trump does a great job making himself look bad without the media's help. More importantly, if they just look at the science and the information from the CDC and Johns Hopkins, they would see there is good reason to be cautious, and it's only responsible to do things to mitigate the spread. It's an interesting people study, although it doesn't tell anything new. People are selfish. They overbuy and hoard supplies like masks, hand sanitizer, disinfectant wipes, toilet paper. And they justify doing what they want by saying they're not high risk, as if they aren't capable of being carriers and high risk people don't matter anyway. Gotta go make dinner. Still have Mamma Mia rehearsals for now. Side note, that Mamma Mia production never happened. Bummer. I hear so much frustration in that journal entry, and that was just the beginning. We had no idea what was ahead. So if you are a journaler and you have an entry from March 11th, feel free to share some of your entry in the comments below. I'd be curious to know, what was your experience right at the beginning of this whole year that was 2020? But now it's a year later. There's light at the end of the tunnel. We're almost there. Really. I hope. Thanks for watching.